welcome to the deep dive. If you're listening to this, chances are you've asked that big question, right? How do I actually earn reliable money online, without leaving home?
Oh, absolutely. It's like the puzzle everyone's trying to solve, and honestly, the internet is it's full of noise on this topic.
So much noise.
Yeah, it's not just finding how to earn, it's wading through all the supposed opportunities to find something real, something sustainable, something actually worth your time.
Because so much of it is just outdated fluff, or worse, just ads disguised as advice.
Exactly. And that's why we're here today. We want to cut through all that.
Right, our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear.
Okay.
Sift through everything, find the solid stuff. We've looked at a whole stack of sources to pull together. 15 really powerful, proven ways you can generate income online.
And this is really for anyone. Could be you're looking for a full-time income, maybe just a side hustle, or even just a bit of extra pocket money. It doesn't matter what your skill level is right now.
We've got a framework for this too, haven't we? Something about time to money versus effort to scale.
That's it. We're kind of mapping it out. So we'll start with things that can get you paid, like next week, high on that time to money scale.
Quick wins.
Quick wins, exactly. But then we'll move towards strategies that, they take more upfront work, maybe significant effort, but the potential for scaling up, maybe even passively. It's huge.
Okay, so a real spectrum of options. The idea is you can find something practical to start on, like today.
Hopefully, yeah. Something that fits where you are right now.
All right, let's dive in. Part 1. We're looking at service-based income streams first. These are the ones where the time to money path is shortest, usually because you're selling a skill you basically already have.
Makes sense. If you need money fast, well, you sell your time, you sell your expertise. It's leveraging what you've already got right now.
And number 1 on the list, the quickest entry point, according to pretty much all our research, has got to be freelancing.
Oh yeah, undeniably. Freelancing isn't new, but the way platforms have globalized it, it's completely changed the game for contract work.
It really has. And the sources often position it as like the absolute fastest way because those platforms, they solve the biggest hurdle, finding clients.
You don't have to pound the pavement locally. You instantly get access to a worldwide market. That's huge.
But okay, let's go a bit deeper than just freelancing. People hear that and think maybe basic writing, maybe simple design. And that can often lead down that path of, competing solely on price, the race to the bottom.
Right, and that's not where you want to be. What the successful freelancers do, what the sources really emphasize, is niching down, specializing.
Ah, okay. So not just a writer, but maybe.
Exactly. Maybe you're a writer who specializes in technical white papers for, say, software as a service companies, or maybe you do legal document translation from French to English.
Yeah.
Or super specific 3D modeling for architectural visualization.
Gotcha. The more specialized you are.
The more leverage you have. You can command higher rates because you're not just offering a generic skill, you're offering specific, valuable expertise. You compete on value, not just cost.
And that ties into the control aspect, doesn't it? You set your own rates, hourly, per project, maybe even value-based pricing, which is ideal.
And you get to choose the projects. You can pick things you actually find interesting, which, let's be honest, is pretty important if you want to stick with it long term.
Definitely. So for actually getting started, where do people look? The big platforms.
Yeah, the platforms are key connection points. Upwork and maybe freelancer.com, they tend to be better for bidding on more complex, potentially higher value projects.
Okay.
Fiverr, on the other hand, it's really built around standardized, often lower cost gigs. Think quick logo designs, short voiceovers, that kind of thing.
So understanding the platform's culture is kind of step 1.
Absolutely. You need to know where your specific niche fits best.
Okay, moving on from general skills to more specific knowledge sharing. The next one is online teaching and tutoring. This keeps coming up as really rewarding.
It really can be, both financially and, personally. There's something about explaining something complex and seeing it click for someone else.
Yeah, that aha moment.
Exactly. If you're good at breaking things down, it's a fantastic way to earn. And the range of subjects now, it's massive. It's not just teaching English anymore.
Right. We're seeing huge demand for tutors in really specialized areas.
Yeah.
Like advanced math, calculus maybe, prepping for specific tests, SATs, GREs, that sort of thing.
Coding languages too. Python, JavaScript are always huge, even niche software skills. If you know a subject well, chances are someone wants to learn it.
So what's the barrier to entry like? Do you need a formal teaching degree for this?
Not always. That's a key point the sources make. Sure, for some high-end platforms or specific subjects, a degree helps. Maybe it's even required. But for a lot of tutoring sites, the main thing is strong communication skills.
Being able to explain things clearly?
Exactly. And obviously, knowing your subject matter inside out. Often, your ability to actually teach and connect with the student matters more than a piece of paper.
Makes sense. So, platforms, if you're thinking languages.
Preply and Cambly are really popular for language tutoring, often with flexible hours. For academic subjects or more technical skills, there are more specialized platforms, and they often let you charge a bit more per hour too.
Good to know. Okay, number 3, content writing. You mentioned the internet runs on content.
It really does. Think about it. Every single website, every blog, every online store, every company newsletter, they all need words. Constantly.
So constant demand.
Perpetual demand for good writers. It's foundational to the whole digital world.
It's not just blog posts, right? What kind of writing are we talking about?
Oh, it's incredibly diverse. Yeah, blog posts are common, but also writing high-converting product descriptions for e-commerce sites, crafting email marketing sequences, producing detailed technical manuals or documentation.
Ghostwriting even.
Ghostwriting is huge. Writing articles, sometimes entire books, under someone else's name. That can pay very well if you build a reputation.
Now, to really make good money here, is it just about being a good writer?
Not entirely. You need to understand the digital context, specifically search engine optimization, SEO.
Right. Making sure Google can find it.
Precisely. It's not enough to write beautifully. You need to write content that search engines understand and rank. So knowing about keywords, structure, how to write for online readers, that's crucial. Writers who get SEO command higher rates.
Where do writers find this work?
For starting out, building a portfolio, maybe getting some immediate experience, platforms like TextBroker can be okay. But for more consistent, higher-paying gigs, check out job boards like the one on ProBlogger.
And Medium. You mentioned Medium.
Yeah, Medium's partner program is interesting. You publish your writing there, and you earn based on how much engagement it gets from Medium members. It's a different model, more about building your own readership on their platform.
Okay, interesting. All right, the last one in the service-based block, virtual assistants or VA work. This seems geared towards supporting entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Think about successful business owners, entrepreneurs. They reach a point where they're just drowning in day-to-day admin tasks.
All the little things that eat up time.
Right. Email overload, scheduling nightmares, keeping data organized, handling basic customer questions, updating social media. It stops them from focusing on actually growing the business.
So the VA steps in remotely to handle that stuff.
Precisely. They become the remote operational backbone. Managing the inbox, coordinating calendars, data entry, maybe even basic bookkeeping or social media scheduling, taking those essential, repeatable tasks off the entrepreneur's plate.
Is there a way to stand out here? Because admin support sounds pretty general.
Yeah, specialization is key again, just like with freelancing. Being a general admin VA can be competitive, prices might be lower, but if you specialize, like maybe you become an expert in managing a specific CRM system like HubSpot or Salesforce, or you're brilliant at handling the back end of e-commerce platforms, say Shopify or WooCommerce. That specific expertise makes you much more valuable, often indispensable.
And finding these roles, are there specific VA platforms?
There are. For more professional, often longer-term roles, sources mention platforms like Belay or Zirtual. They tend to vet both the VAs and the clients, connecting businesses with reliable, ongoing support. Often, this is structured as a monthly retainer, which means more predictable income for the VA.
Okay, retainer income sounds good. Predictable.
Definitely more stable than chasing one-off projects.
So those 4 freelancing, teaching, writing, VA work, they're fundamentally about trading time for money, but they offer that quick path to actually earning.
Exactly. Sell your time, get paid relatively quickly, but it requires you to keep selling your time.
Which leads us nicely into the next part, right? What if you want to build something once and have it keep earning?
Now we're talking scalability. That's part 2. Creation, ownership, and media income models. This is where the equation starts to shift.
Okay, so shifting gears. The theme here is investing time up front to create an asset.
Exactly. You build something, a digital product, a piece of media, and that asset can potentially generate income over and over again, maybe for years, sometimes even passively.
Let's start with the big one. Selling digital products. This avoids all the headaches of physical stuff, right? No shipping, no inventory.
None of that. It's a really powerful model. And when we say digital products, what are we talking about? Think ebooks, guides, maybe checklists.
Templates too.
Oh yeah, templates are huge. Spreadsheet templates for budgeting, graphic design templates for social media posts, presentation templates, or even bigger things like comprehensive online courses on a specific topic.
And the big draw is the passive potential.
That's the dream, isn't it? You write the ebook once, or you build the course once. After that initial creation effort, the distribution is basically free and instant. You could be making sales while you sleep. That one-time effort could pay off for years.
But it's not guaranteed passive income, is it? Just creating something isn't enough.
Absolutely not. The sources are really clear on this. Your digital product has to solve a real problem for a specific audience. Just making a generic budgeting 101 ebook probably won't sell much.
Too broad.
Too broad, but maybe a detailed budgeting system and template for freelance photographers. Now you're targeting a specific niche with a specific solution that has a much better chance.
And platforms to sell these.
Loads of options. Gumroad is fantastic for selling simpler downloads, ebooks, templates, digital files. It's super low friction to get started.
Okay, and for courses?
Udemy is great if you have a course that appeals to a really broad audience. They have a massive user base. But if you want more control, maybe build a whole learning experience, brand it your way, charge premium prices. Then platforms like Teachable or Thinkific are probably better suited. They let you build your own academy.
Right, more control. Okay, next up, blending creation with e-commerce. Print on demand, or POD. This sounds like it's aimed at creative types.
Totally. If you're an artist, a designer, someone with visual ideas, but you absolutely do not want to deal with printers, inventory, packing boxes, shipping, POD is brilliant.
How does it work exactly?
It's pretty clever. Your job is purely the creative part. Designing artwork. Maybe for t-shirts, mugs, phone cases, posters, whatever.
But you don't make the actual items.
Nope. You upload your design to a POD platform. They handle everything else. When a customer orders your design on a t-shirt, the POD company prints that specific shirt, packages it, and ships it directly to the customer.
Wow, okay, so you never touch the physical product.
Never. Zero inventory risk, zero logistics hassle for you. You just set your price above the base cost of the item and you collect the profit margin on every sale.
What's the catch? It sounds almost too easy.
The catch is competition and marketing. The POD marketplaces are crowded. You need really unique designs, and crucially, you need to understand niche marketing.
Niching down again.
Always. Generic, funny cap shirts, there are millions. But maybe shirts with designs specifically for, I don't know, bird watchers or rock climbers or people who love vintage synthesizers. Find a passionate niche, create designs they love, and figure out how to reach them. That's the key.
And where do people do this? Which platforms?
Redbubble and Teespring are two of the big, well-known ones. Merch by Amazon is another huge player. They handle that whole back-end production and shipping process. You focus on design and promotion.
Got it. Okay, number 7 focuses on earning royalties. Stock photography and video. This is for people who are already into photography or videography.
Yeah, if you love taking photos or shooting short video clips and you're actually pretty good at it, this can be a great passive income stream.
Passive because you upload it once.
And it can sell over and over again. There's this massive ongoing need from businesses, marketers, websites, ad agencies. They all need high-quality, original photos and video footage for their projects.
And they pay for the rights to use your stuff.
Exactly. They pay a royalty fee each time they download one of your images or video clips from a stock site.
Again, is it about just uploading pretty pictures? Or is there more strategy?
Strategy matters here too. General landscape photos. The market is flooded. Unless they're absolutely spectacular or unique, they might not sell much.
So think niche again.
Think niche. Think specific needs. What are businesses actually looking for? Maybe diverse teams working in modern office settings, specific local landmarks that aren't already over-photographed, high-quality, steady video B-roll footage of specific activities. The more targeted and useful your content is, the better it will sell.
And the main platforms for this?
Shutterstock and Adobe Stock are the giants. They have enormous reach, connecting your work with millions of potential buyers worldwide. Getty Images is another major player, often focused on higher-end editorial or commercial work.
Okay, makes sense. Now moving into potentially bigger media assets, starting a YouTube channel or a podcast. This seems like a much bigger commitment.
Oh, definitely. This isn't something you dabble in for quick cash. This requires a genuine passion for either creating video content or for speaking and sharing ideas through audio.
And it's a long game, right? The sources emphasize that.
Absolutely. Building an audience, a real engaged audience, takes time. Consistency is everything. You might be creating content for months, maybe even years, before you see significant income. It's not for the impatient.
But if you stick with it, the payoff can be substantial.
Potentially, yes. Because once you do build that audience, you unlock multiple ways to monetize. It's not just one income stream.
Like what? Ads.
Ads are the most common starting point, yeah. Platforms like YouTube have their partner program once you meet the requirements, like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in YouTube's case. You can run ads on your videos and get a share of the revenue.
What else?
Sponsorships become possible once your audience is established and engaged. Brands might pay you directly to mention or feature their product in your content.
And memberships.
Memberships too, offering exclusive content, behind-the-scenes stuff, early access, or community perks to people who pay a monthly fee. Platforms like Patreon or YouTube channel memberships facilitate this.
So multiple streams from one platform.
Exactly. And the powerful thing here is you own the relationship with your audience, much more directly than with, say, freelancing platforms. Your voice, your ideas, your connection with listeners or viewers, that becomes a core asset.
But it all hinges on that consistency in building the audience first.
100%. Find your niche, understand what your audience wants, produce quality content regularly, and engage with your community. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, that wraps up the creation and ownership part. Some really powerful models there, but definitely requiring upfront investment of time or creativity.
Right. So now let's pivot again. Part 3 looks at models that are maybe less about creating the core product yourself and more about marketing, driving traffic, and being the middleman.
Okay, so part 3. Leveraging traffic, connecting buyers and sellers. This sounds like it requires some marketing chops.
Yeah, often strong skills in promotion, maybe digital advertising, understanding how to get eyeballs on offers. That becomes really key here.
And the classic example of this, number 9 on our list, is affiliate marketing.
It's a very popular model. The basic idea is simple. You recommend someone else's product or service.
Using a special link.
Using your unique affiliate link, exactly. If someone clicks your link and then makes a purchase, you earn a commission. It's purely performance-based. You only get paid if you drive a sale.
What's the big appeal here? Why is it so popular, especially for beginners?
The main advantage is you don't have to create your own product. No product development costs, no inventory, no customer service hassles related to the product itself.
You're just a promoter.
You're the promoter. You focus entirely on recommending products, ideally, ones you actually use and believe in, and driving traffic to those offers.
Is there a downside?
Yeah.
Or something to watch out for?
Trust. Trust is everything in affiliate marketing. The sources really hammer this point home. If you just promote anything and everything to make a quick buck, your audience will see right through it.
Right. You lose credibility.
Instantly. And you also need to be transparent. Disclosure is required by law. In most places, you have to clearly state that your links are affiliate links. So focus on genuinely helping your audience by recommending good products. That builds trust and makes it sustainable.
Where do people find affiliate programs?
Amazon Associates is probably the biggest and easiest place to start, just because they sell almost everything. For digital products like online courses or software, ClickBank and ShareASale are popular networks. They often offer higher commission rates than physical products too.
Okay, now shifting to providing a service directly to businesses again, but focused on marketing. Social media management, SMM. You mentioned earlier that businesses need this.
Yeah, there's a huge market gap here. Almost every business, big or small, knows they should have a strong, active presence on social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever their customers are.
But they don't have the time or maybe the know-how to do it well.
Exactly. Running a business is demanding. They often lack the time, the skills, or frankly the interest to consistently create engaging content, respond to comments, run ads, and actually grow their social channels.
So the social media manager steps in. What do they actually do?
They essentially become the brand's voice and strategist online. That means planning content calendars, creating or sourcing posts, images, videos, text, scheduling everything, engaging with followers, monitoring mentions, running ad campaigns sometimes, and reporting on growth and results.
It sounds quite involved.
It can be. And the income model here is usually pretty good for stability.
How so?
Unlike project-based work, SMMs typically charge clients a monthly retainer fee for ongoing management. So you build up a roster of clients, and you have predictable income each month. That's really appealing.
What makes a successful SMM beyond just posting stuff?
Understanding the strategy behind it, it's not just about posting pretty pictures. You need to understand the algorithms of each platform. You need to know how to create content that actually engages people. And crucially, you need to be able to track results and show the client how your work is contributing to their business goals, whether that's brand awareness, leads, or even sales. That's when you can charge premium rates.
Right, proving your value. Okay, next is a model that gets a lot of buzz, both good and bad. Drop shipping. You mentioned earlier it tackles the inventory problem.
Yeah, it's fascinating because it flips traditional retail on its head. The core definition is e-commerce without holding inventory. You, the store owner, never physically possess the products you sell.
Okay, walk me through how that actually works.
So the process, on paper, looks like this. 1, you set up an online storefront, just like any e-commerce site. 2, you market products listed on your store. 3, a customer buys a product from you. 4, you then place an order for that exact product with your supplier, often overseas. 5, the supplier ships the product directly to your customer.
So you're basically the middleman handling the marketing and the initial transaction.
Exactly. Your main jobs are building the store, driving traffic, marketing, and handling customer service before the sale and potentially after if there are issues.
Okay, that sounds efficient. What are the challenges? Because you hear about problems with drop shipping too.
Oh, the challenges are significant. The sources are pretty blunt about this. The biggest failure points are usually logistics and product quality control.
Because you're relying on a third-party supplier you might never meet.
Precisely. You might face long shipping times from overseas suppliers, which customers hate. Product quality can be inconsistent, which damages your brand's reputation. Handling returns can be complicated.
So how do people succeed with it then?
Successful dropshippers are masters of 2 things. First, rigorous supplier vetting. They find reliable suppliers with reasonable shipping times and decent quality products. Second, excellent customer service. They have to be proactive about managing expectations regarding shipping and quickly resolving any issues.
And marketing must be crucial too.
Absolutely crucial. It really becomes less about the product itself and almost entirely about your ability to run effective online advertising, maybe on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Profit margins can be thin, so you often need significant sales volume, which means you need top-notch marketing skills.
What platforms do people use to build these stores?
Shopify is probably the most popular choice. It's very user-friendly and has lots of integrations specifically for dropshipping. WooCommerce, which is a plugin for WordPress, is another strong option, especially if you want more customization and control within the WordPress ecosystem.
Got it. Okay, let's wrap up this section with something more traditional but still relevant. Blogging. Is blogging dead in 2025? That's the perennial question.
Yeah, you hear that every year. But the sources consistently say, no, blogging is definitely not dead. It's evolved, for sure, but it's still very much alive and well.
Why? With video and short-form content being so huge?
Because there's still a massive need for in-depth, authoritative written content, especially for topics that require detailed explanation or research. And critically, blogs are still incredibly powerful for attracting organic traffic from search engines like Google. Video is great, but well-written articles still rank and pull people in.
So how do you succeed with a blog today? Is it just about writing whatever you feel like?
Not really. Success requires patience and a strategic approach. First, you need a genuine interest, maybe even passion, for your chosen topic. Second, you need a content strategy consistently publishing high-quality, helpful articles that your target audience is actually searching for.
Thinking like a library, not a diary.
That's a great way to put it. Build an authoritative resource over time. It's not usually a quick path to riches.
How do blogs actually make money then?
Once you've built up traffic, there are several common ways. Displaying ads on your site using ad networks like Google AdSense or others.
Affiliate links again.
Affiliate links, definitely. Weaving relevant affiliate product recommendations into your articles. And sponsored posts where brands pay you to write an article specifically about their product or service. Again, disclosure is key.
But the main caution here is time.
Time and patience. Compared to something like freelancing, building a blog that generates significant, steady income usually takes much longer. Months, often years. You have to be in it for the long haul.
Right. Okay, that strategic commitment brings us to our final section. We're looking at the extremes now. Quick, low-effort tasks and the big, long-term financial strategies.
Yeah, so this part covers two ends of the spectrum. First, things you can do for almost immediate, albeit small, earnings with very little skill required.
Let's start with the absolute lowest barrier to entry. Number 13, online surveys and market research.
Okay, let's set expectations right away. The sources are unanimous. This is not going to make you rich, not even close.
Pocket money.
Exactly. Pocket money, maybe enough for a coffee or a gift card here and there. The pay per hour is generally very low. But the flip side is, it's incredibly easy to get started. No skills needed, basically zero commitment.
Why do companies even pay for this?
Because they need data. They constantly want consumer opinions on new products, services, ad campaigns, you name it. Online surveys are a relatively cheap way for them to gather that feedback directly from specific demographics.
So you're just sharing your opinion for a small reward.
Pretty much. You sign up for a platform, fill out profile information so they can match you with relevant surveys, and then you complete them.
What are the main platforms for this?
Swagbucks is a big one. They offer rewards for surveys, but also other small tasks. Toluna and Survey Junkie are also very popular and focus specifically on paid surveys. It's the kind of thing you might do while watching TV or waiting in line.
Okay, super low effort, super low pay, with slightly more involved but maybe pays a bit better. Number 14, app and website testing.
Right. This is a step up in terms of engagement and usually in pay per task. Tech companies, before they launch a new website feature or a major app update, need real people to test it out.
Find the bugs, see if it's easy to use.
Exactly. They want to see how real users interact with the interface, where they get confused, what they like, what they don't like. It's crucial feedback for developers.
So what does the task involve for the tester?
Typically, you'll be given a set of instructions like, try to find this information, or attempt to purchase this item. You'll need to use screen recording software, often provided by the platform, and speak your thoughts aloud as you navigate the site or app.
So you're narrating your experience.
Yeah, explaining what you're doing, why you're clicking somewhere, what you expected to happen, if anything is confusing. The sources say it's often quite fun, actually.
And the time commitment.
Usually pretty efficient. A typical test might take only 15 to 20 minutes to complete. And the paper test is generally much better than online surveys.
Is there a main platform for this?
Usertesting.com is the one most frequently mentioned. They're a major platform connecting testers with companies needing feedback. It's a solid way to trade a small chunk of focus time for a direct cash payment.
Okay, so surveys and testing for quick, small wins. Now the final one, number 15, is completely different. Investing in stocks or crypto. This isn't about tasks or services at all.
Not at all. This is purely financial, and it comes with the biggest flashing warning lights.
Caution needed.
Absolutely. The sources stress this requires learning, understanding risk, and taking a very careful, strategic approach. You're not selling anything. You're putting your own capital at risk with the hope of future growth.
But it's more accessible now than it used to be, right? You don't need a traditional broker and huge sums of money anymore.
That's true. Online trading platforms have democratized investing to a large extent. You can often start with very small amounts of money, buying fractional shares of stocks, for example.
So what kind of things can people invest in easily online?
Stocks, obviously buying shares in individual companies, but often a better starting point, according to many sources, are exchange-traded funds, or ETFs.
What are those?
Think of them as baskets of stock. So instead of picking one company, you buy a share of an ETF that might hold hundreds or even thousands of stocks, often tracking a broad market index like the S&P 500. It's instantly diversified, which generally means lower risk than picking individual stocks.
And cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Yes, crypto is the other big area accessible through many online platforms now, but this is where the risk factor goes way, way up. Cryptocurrencies are incredibly volatile. The advice is usually very stark. Only invest money you are fully prepared to lose entirely.
Definitely not for red money.
Absolutely not. It's speculative. Treat it as such.
So the most important thing with investing, compared to all the other methods we discussed,
The time horizon. This is not quick money. It's the opposite. Successful investing is almost always about the long term. It requires discipline, ignoring the daily ups and downs of the market, maybe using strategies like dollar cost averaging, investing a fixed amount regularly.
avoid emotional decisions.
Crucial. Don't panic sell when the market dips. Don't get greedy when it rises. Have a long-term plan and stick to it. But if done strategically over years or decades, the sources agree it can be an incredibly powerful way to build wealth.
And platforms to get started.
For stocks and ETFs, platforms like Robinhood, especially in the US, eToro, popular internationally, or traditional brokerages like Charles Schwab or Fidelity now have easy-to-use online platforms. For crypto, Binance, Coinbase, Kraken are some of the big exchanges. But remember,
the platform is just the tool.
Exactly. The platform doesn't make you money. Your strategy, your discipline, your understanding of risk, that's what matters. #tag conclusion, the synthesis.
Wow, okay, we've covered a lot of ground. 15 different ways to earn online. Really running the gamut.
Yeah, we went all the way from freelancing gigs you could start tomorrow needing immediate cash.
Right, through to building digital products or a YouTube channel, which takes time but offers scale.
And then into things like affiliate marketing or drop shipping, which are heavy on the marketing side, and finally landing on long-term investing. It's quite a range.
The sheer number of options is almost overwhelming, isn't it?
It really is, and that's maybe the key takeaway. The possibilities are vast. There truly seems to be an online income model out there for pretty much any personality type, any skill set, any level of time commitment.
So the challenge isn't really finding an opportunity anymore.
I don't think so. We just listed 15 proven ones. The real challenge, I think, shifts. It becomes about choosing the right path for you and then actually committing to it.
Okay, so for everyone listening, trying to process all this, if we had to boil down the core advice, the strategic wisdom from across all these different models, what would it be? 3 key takeaways.
Okay, 3 things. First, and this one gets ignored so often, start small. Don't let all these options lead to analysis paralysis.
Just pick one and go.
Pick the simplest entry point that resonates with you. Maybe it's offering one very specific freelance service. Maybe it's creating one simple digital template. Get that first client. Make that first sale. Build some momentum, some confidence. That's absolutely crucial.
Okay, start small. What's number 2?
Stay consistent. This applies everywhere, but especially to those models where you're building an asset. The blog, the YouTube channel, the podcast, even the long-term investing portfolio.
Showing up regularly matters.
Immensely. Algorithms reward it, audiences rely on it, markets respond to it over time. That steady, reliable effort is what transforms a little side experiment into a genuine, sustainable income stream. Consistency is king.
Got it. Start small, stay consistent. And the 3rd takeaway.
This might be the most important for longevity. Choose something you actually enjoy doing, or at least something you find interesting or meaningful.
Because it gets hard sometimes.
Inevitably. Every single one of these paths will have challenges, frustrations, slow periods. If you fundamentally dislike the process, whether it's writing or talking to clients or analyzing data, you're going to quit when things get tough. That enjoyment, or at least satisfaction, is the fuel you need to power through the hard parts and stick with it long enough to succeed.
Makes perfect sense. So the real hurdle isn't the lack of options. We've laid out plenty.
Plenty. The hurdle is committing. Committing your time, your focus, maybe a bit of capital to one path and seeing it through. Not jumping frantically between 5 different ideas every other week.
Which brings us to the final thought, that provocative question for you, the listener.
Yeah, looking at these 15 models, the critical question you need to ask yourself right now is, which one of these best leverages the unique skills I already have, the knowledge I've already accumulated, the time and energy I can realistically commit right now?
Don't stay stuck wondering what if. Analyze your own situation against these options, pick the one that makes the most sense for you, internalize the advice, start small, be consistent, find the enjoyment, and then
get started today. Take that first concrete step. That is the only way to turn this information from just interesting ideas into actual income.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's a path from curiosity to cash flow.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of online income. Hopefully it sparks some actionable ideas.
We hope so too. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.